Hello. We've gone through chapters 5 and 6 in our textbook, and today I'd like for us to consider the concept of carry-forward purchase orders. Okay. Remember, when we set up the PO to begin with, we had a journal entry like this. We were debiting the encumbrance account, and we were crediting the reserve for encumbrance, in this case for $30,000. Okay, I want you to be comfortable with this journal entry. You need to understand the concept of encumbrances. Now, as you approach year-end, and in this case, let's assume the year-end is June 30th, you may not have received the merchandise that you ordered on this original PO or purchase order when you encumbered the money. At that point, you would approach your finance officer and ask the question, may I carry forward this purchase order? If the finance officer says yes, what basically happens is the PO will be reversed at year-end, and that journal entry looks like this. For the $30,000, reserve for encumbrance will be debited, and the encumbrance account will be credited. Okay? So it's just like the purchase order has gone away, but you want to have it carried forward to the new budget year. Remember, I used the date June 30th, and so what you need to consider is the purchase order will go away at the end of the year, and then the monies will be re-encumbered, just like they were set up to begin with. And again, in this instance, it's $30,000 for the new budget year. When that re-encumbrance takes place, it will be from fund balance that has been reserved from the previous year. Now, I know this concept can be a little confusing, so let's step through it again. You've got a PO. It has not been filled at year-end. Your finance officer, your government entity, gives you permission to carry forward that purchase order. The purchase order will be closed down at year-end, and then the money will go to fund balance, which fund balance in this case will be reserved for that carry-forward PO and possibly other carry-forward POs. When the new budget year comes up on July 1st, the money will be re-encumbered using the journal entry just like we saw when the PO was set up. The big issue with this is that new PO in the new year will not be using budgeted funds from that current fiscal year. It will be drawing upon fund balance from the previous year. Remember, fund balance has been reserved, and I want us to think about the concept of fund balance. Remember, fund balance, revenue less expenditures, and if revenues exceed expenditures, fund balance is created. We didn't experience, or we did not have an expenditure related to that purchase order in the previous year, so therefore fund balance was created, fund balance was reserved for that particular carry-forward PO, and from that reserved fund balance, budget will be appropriated in the new fiscal year to cover that encumbrance in that purchase order. Okay. Do finance officers like carry-forward POs? That's an interesting question. What you may want to consider if you are interviewing a finance officer or somebody in government who deals with finance officers, ask them the question, do you have purchase orders that are encumbered? I think, or carried forward if they were not spent. I think that would be a good question to ask, and I think our class would be interested in their example. Carry forward POs. Are they necessary? Sometimes. It's a concept that I want you to be comfortable with. If you have any questions or unsure about what we've talked about here, please don't hesitate to give me a call, email me, come by and see me in my office. Be happy to discuss that with you further.